This week at Gamescom 2022, we got lots of new details about the upcoming theme park game, Park Beyond. This game is scheduled for a 2023 release date and is being developed by Limbic Entertainment. You might recognize them as the developers of Tropico 6, but other than that, they have a pretty small track record, mainly strategy games. Even though they have a small track record, I'm optimistic that they're experienced enough to tackle this project. The first thing I think of when I look at this game is Thrillville. This game has so many similarities to Thrillville. It honestly seems like a spiritual successor to Thrillville, at least to me. This game features what the developers are calling impostification modules, which are things like cannons, ramps, and jump tracks. This is mainly where the Thrillville similarities are. Besides that, I think it has a very similar art style to Planet Coaster, with the vibrant colors and bright scenery, and it even features modular buildings like Planet Coaster and Parkitect. Although I think the art styles are very similar, I think it stands apart enough to stand on its own from Planet Coaster. Speaking of which, this game seems to have a much smaller focus on realism. Based on the coaster tracks and coaster trains, these don't seem to be based on anything in the real world. It seems like the developers just made something up. It's a little confusing, but I think it could work. From what I can gather from the trailers, it has a very small focus on realism, and appears more dreamlike, which helps separate it from Planet Coaster. One thing I noticed in the trailers that I am a fan of is the peeps. Unlike Planet Coaster and other amusement park games, these peeps have tons of detail. I think they look great, but I'm interested to see if they have a performance impact at all. The game's Steam page states that it has a story-driven campaign, and from the trailers it looks like there's 3 main characters. Now I have no idea how these characters relate to the story, but their character design looks good at least. What really interests me is the coaster builder. This game's coaster builder seems to be extremely similar to Roller Coaster Tycoon World, almost the exact same node-based system. I'm really surprised that they went with this system, seeing how Roller Coaster Tycoon World was a complete disaster. I think depending on the execution, this could work in the game's favor. If there are more tools and more customization than Roller Coaster Tycoon World, I think it could work, but only time will tell. Based on the logo that ended the trailers, this game seems to be running on Unreal Engine 5. This means it'll likely be the best looking amusement park game that we have so far. And based on the trailers, the graphics look great. This week, the developers are giving out an early access build of the game to certain content creators. This is really surprising to me, seeing how early the game is in development, but it gives us a pretty good look at the game's features. Now, it doesn't look realistic at all, but it still looks fun enough. Personally, I'm really optimistic for this game. It's been a while since we've gotten any new theme park games, and Park Beyond could occupy us in the meantime. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the unrealistic aspects, but I'm sure lots of people are. Even though I'm optimistic for the game, I'm a little skeptical, seeing the developer's track record, but I'm really hoping for the best. I'm gonna guess we'll see the game around Q3 or Q4 of 2023, because it seems like the game could still use some polish, but hopefully we won't have to wait that long. I'd love to hear what you think about the game, and what features you're excited for in the comments down below. Make sure to let me know what you thought of the video. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.